Hi guys, welcome to Tutorial-3. We'll now continue to talk about how we can select rows by index and the label. So let's firstly run this code in here. Firstly, we imported pandas, numpy, and we create this dictionary in here. Also, we give the name to our labels, and we create data frame like that by data frame method. As you see our data frame in here. So we can use pandas data frame with the syntax start point, stop, and step. What I mean that I will now explain with examples. Firstly, we can select row by integer index. Let's run this code in here. As you see, we selected I want to say that indexing is start from 0, not 2. So in 0 index we have row 1, at first index we have row 2, and so at second one we have row 3. At second index, as we see, we have row 3. What is it? It's Hadop for courses, fee, duration in here, 35 days, discount 1500. As you see guys, it is exactly the same. It gives us row 3. Also, we can select rows by index list. For example, we want to choose more than one rows. We can create a list and we can give number to them. It will give us as output the rows at index 2, at index 3, and index 6. As you see, it gives us a row 3 because we said that indexing start 0, not 1. So we can select rows by integer index range. For example, we can give a range which I talk about in here, start and stop point. We want to start from first index to until fifth one. So as you see, from starting points, it gives us row 1 to row 5, but the fifth index doesn't include it. The first start point included, but the last one it doesn't include it. Keep it in mind, so don't confuse later. How we can select first 3 rows? If you want to start from 0, we don't give right in here 0. It means that from the beginner to until the third one. So at third index, as we said, this start stop point doesn't include. So it show until 2, but third one is not included. How we can select last row by index? Let's run that. So if we want to from the back to forward, I mean from the last to up, from the last to start point, we give it minus. I mean by saying -1 to all of them, it means that its stop point in here doesn't give it, means that all of them until the first one. So until the beginner one. So it gives the last one of our data frame, which was it here 7. As you see, let me show. Okay, the last one is row 7. So also we can give range for that. For example, we want to select last 3 rows, but it starts with I want to mention that when we select from first one was 0 index, but in here from the last, the -1 is the first one, so it's not 0. Don't confuse it and keep it in mind. So when we select the last 3, it means that it will start -1, -2, -3, include all of them. So let's run this cell. What does it mean select alternate rows? It means that select, we didn't mention start and end point, start and stop point, because by saying that we mean that we want to select all of them, alternate by 2. What does it mean? For example, let's start row 1. When we add to row 1, it becomes row 3. So it will give row 3. When we add to step, it will give us row 5. Alternate means that, guys. I mean 2 steps, after 2 steps. Give us after 2 steps. So another question is how we can select rows by index label. In here we was given index by number, now we call it label name. It is the total same logic. We can call the row name like row 2. But in here one difference. When we call it index, we use iloc, but when we call it by label index, label name, we use loc. That is the main difference. Keep in mind that. Also, again, we can select a list of rows like that. It will give what the name we give in here. Also, it gives us a range. It will start row 1 to row 5. All of them is included in here. And the last one is also alternate. Like that, it gives us row 1 to row 5 by 2 steps. So it means row 1, row 3, row 5. For example, if we make it 7, it will give us like that, row 1, row 3, row 5, row 7. So 1 add to 3, add to 5, add to 7. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this course. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you. Have a nice day.